IdolEN Vtuber Pochi Wanmaru claims it was all a misunderstanding, and she's getting her money back. Last time on this channel, we talked about how Pochi Wanmaru, one of the VTubers who debuted with Rin Penrose, was forced to go onto her alt account Fenriru to talk about her time when she worked at IdolCorp. Fenriru would talk about how IdolCorp would refuse to give her the donothon money that she was owed, claiming the reason why IdolCorp refused to give her money was because she failed to complete the work for donothon rewards. At the time, IdolCorp had not put out a response yet regarding Pochi Wanmaru, but now they have. IdolCorp would put out an official statement regarding Pochi Wanmaru's graduation and assured everyone that they would give Pochi her money back. This is a very positive development, so let's see what AkioAir has to say. Important notice regarding the graduation of Pochi Wanmaru. Dear fans, with respect and consideration for our wishes, Pochi Wanmaru from IdolEN's first generation will be graduating from Idol effective March 23rd, 2024. This decision comes directly from Pochi and we support her in taking the next steps on her journey. Pochi will also not be performing a graduation stream at her request. Additionally, we want to inform you about refunds for the second donothon event. Following discussions and considering Pochi's mental health concerns, she is unable to fulfill the goals associated with this event. Therefore, we have decided to issue refunds to all the fans who request one by April 10th, 2024. For those who do not request a refund by this deadline, the contributions will go to Pochi as initially intended. We will all be providing information on how to request a refund through our Discord server. This is very good news for Pochi, obviously because Pochi gets to keep her donothon money after the refunds, so she gets to keep what's left. IdolCorp would go on to apologize for any misunderstandings they caused regarding the Pochi Wanmaru situation. We recognize that recent misunderstandings and allegations concerning payments have arisen. We want to clarify that there have been no changes to our policies and we have consistently paid all talents promptly, including earnings from donothons. We addressed these misunderstandings directly with Pochi and reached a mutual agreement. We apologize for any confusion this situation may have caused. We acknowledge the specific concerns regarding donothon payment and can confirm that after a thorough review with Pochi, any misunderstandings have been fully resolved. This is wonderful. So what this announcement means is that after Pochi went on her alt, Fenriru, and talked about her time at the company and made claims about how the company was refusing to pay her donothon money, along with her concerns, IdolCorp reached out to Pochi and they hashed out their concerns and problems, and any misunderstandings between the two parties between Pochi and IdolEN have been fully resolved. This is a good thing for both Pochi and the company. IdolCorp would continue by saying, Pochi has been a valued member of our Idol English branch since its foundation. We recognize her contributions and wish her success in her future endeavors. Thank you for your continued support and understanding from the Idol team. And there you have it. The situation has been resolved. And finally, we have a VTuber agency that has decided not to throw its talents after the bus when they graduate. This is a step in the right direction, and props to AkioAir, props to the CEO of IdolEN for salvaging the situation, for returning Pochi's donothon money, and for allowing their talent to graduate after resolving any lingering drama. This was a good decision on IdolCorp's part. Seeing how this situation was handled just shows that while IdolCorp makes mistakes, they are willing to learn from those mistakes. Pochi, the VTuber who was owed her donothon money, was happy as well. She would go on her alt account Fenriru to update her fans about the situation. Pochi would say, "Hello everyone, my agency IdolCorp and I recently held productive discussions and we were able to reach a mutually agreeable resolution regarding both the donothon event and my graduation. It's clear now that there were misunderstandings, and we want to learn and grow from this experience. I recognize that my previous posts may have been rushed, and we failed to communicate our sides to each other effectively. The previous document I have posted does not reflect our agreement, and we have since clarified and solved our issues. Please refrain from using those statements against them. Let us not perpetuate harm and instead move on from this." Fenriru would go on to say, "I'm grateful for the opportunities I've been given and the fans that have been with me along the way. I cherish the moments we've created together during my time there, and I want to sincerely apologize for any confusion or concern this situation may have caused. Donothon earnings that are not refunded will be offered to me to help with my recent move and my future journey. Let's aim to push ahead with a positive mindset from here onwards. I'm glad Idol worked with me to resolve this matter. I extend my best wishes and hope for their success in the future. From Fen. And there you go. You don't need to throw your livers under the bus to resolve a situation. Even the VTubers who were unhappy with how IdolEN was handling things, like Juna Unagi, who previously said something that was negative about her agency, would later delete her tweets. But before that, let's take a look at her tweets, which we managed to save before she deleted them. You can see here Juna was complaining about Idol Corp, saying, "I apologize, I am unable to keep my word from yesterday night to stream today. I'm very disappointed with internal things and I'd rather not think about it and ruin the mood for today." We had Fuyo Cloverfield complaining about her VTuber agency as well, saying, "Right now I'm honestly feeling very stressed out and frustrated over internal matters, and as much as I know I can rely on you guys, I feel like taking a bit of time off is more appropriate. Thank you so much." These two VTubers, Juna Unagi and Fuyo Cloverfield, were genmates of Pochi Wanmaru, so obviously they were not happy with the situation. Thankfully, the situation has been resolved. Juna Unagi would go on to Twitter to delete her tweets and to say she was sorry that wasn't a girl boss moment. "I really want to show what I was working on today, so I better see you guys tonight." We have other VTubers from IdolEN, like Yuko Yurei, saying they had to cancel streams, but that's normal. Whenever a VTuber from your generation graduates, what happens is sometimes a VTuber will decide not to stream because they might say something insensitive on a stream and they just want to avoid the controversies, so they cancel the stream. This is very normal. So yeah, everything's been resolved. Idol Corp is not on fire. But you know which VTuber agency is on fire? AkioAir. As AkioAir recently announced the closure of their VTuber agency. AkioAir was a VTuber agency that got into a lot of controversy for debuting a minor as their VTuber. There was also a lot of mismanagement that led to a lot of their VTubers quitting. AkioAir obviously couldn't take the heat, and they are now officially closing down. AkioAir would put out a statement saying, "This notice is intended to inform you that AkioAir will cease its operations as a VTuber agency effective immediately. This decision was not made lightly. We understood that the public sentiment may not be the most favorable towards us, and to this day, many may still hold negative views against us. Despite the lack of response, we sincerely have taken your criticism to heart. Unfortunately, our investors have decided to pull out as the investment environment has been deemed too hostile against business owners and the return on investment has yet to meet their expectations." Oh no, the investors are not happy with AkioAir. And that's why they're shutting down. The investors don't want to continue giving them their money. We continue with the statement. "As of this announcement, we have used our best efforts to finalize any outstanding matters, liquidated, unused, or discarded digital assets, provide mutual closure to any unresolved issues and business relationships, and completely transferred all rights to the respective parties in good standing." Wait a minute, that's kind of good. If they are going to say completely transferred all rights to respective parties, then I'm going to assume that any VTubers at AkioAir will actually receive the rights to their VTuber models, and they get to continue as that VTuber. This is good for the talents. Not so much for AkioAir, they're shutting down. AkioAir would continue by saying, "Moving forward, our legal team will handle any further communication unrelated to liquidation, necessary legal actions, and unresolved disputes. We may, however, directly reply to any interest in our assets liquidation. Please contact at akioair.com for further inquiries. We thank you once again for your support." Well, I guess that's a goodbye. Goodbye, AkioAir. Hasta la vista. We won't be missing you, especially after all you've done. We move on to a founder of an infamous VTuber agency, Neo Porte. This is Shibuya Hal. He's known as one of the founders of Neo Porte. He manages the VTubers there. Shibuya Hal is very famous for starting the Shibuya Hal Customs, an Apex Legends event where VTubers and streamers come together in a fight for supremacy. Hal is also a TSM member, a very respectable individual. Shibuya Hal was forced to apologize for the delay in the 3D debut. He would say, "I'm truly sorry that this announcement came on a day when many people were looking forward to it. Neo Porte's staff are not at fault in this regard, and they did their best to resolve the issue from the time they discovered the problem at 5 AM until this early afternoon. Once the issue is resolved, we will be able to announce a schedule for the 3D unveiling, so please wait a while." The reason why there was a postponement of Neo Porte's first generation 3D livestream was because initially it was scheduled for March 23rd, and 24th, but they had to delay it because the company they asked and commissioned to produce the 3D unveiling had some unforeseen issues. So what happened is the company responsible for the 3D stuff had problems, but they didn't tell the VTuber agency that there were any problems. It was only at 5 o'clock in the morning when Neo Porte VTubers actually discovered the problem. The VTubers would try to make adjustments and to try to troubleshoot to see if they could just continue the 3D live stream, but at the end of the day, it was just not satisfactory and they had to delay the event. Obviously, none of this is Shibuya Hal's fault. He's just announcing the problem. This tweet has been seen 5 million times. Wow. Fan reception has been pretty positive. They're not actually mad that the 3D stuff was delayed, and he thanked Shibuya Hal and the company for letting them know, and they appreciated the company doing everything they could to make sure the 3D event would be successful. Before we end this video, we cover one last drama from Bao the Whale. Someone was complaining about how they were a plus-size person who suffers from PCOS, an incurable illness that causes weight gain, and she was absolutely disheartened by this toggle seen here where Bao was able to turn into a Baoberry after utilizing it. Celeste the elf would say our bodies aren't a punchline or a joke, and there are many reasons why people may be overweight. While I understand their concerns, this model Bao is using has been here for a while now. It has been here since 2023. You can see this model debut was done 5 months ago on October 2023. And right now Bao the Whale has a new VTuber model which she unveiled sometime when she announced that she was scammed by Copium merch for tens of thousands of dollars. You can see Bao the Whale's new model right here. It's a yandere model, even though it doesn't look like it. There are people making fun of the situation, such as Azehara, who went onto Kersha's Twitch chat to say, "Hey Kersha, you are a Baoberry," referring to Bao's berry toggle. You can now screenshot this and use it to bitch about it on Twitter. Azehara is a respectable clipper, so obviously he's joking here. Kersha would post a screenshot saying, "I'm literally dying being attacking. My stream is not a safe place for me anymore." Magdalena would comment, "Wow, this is so terrible." Others pretending that Kersha was actually attacked, saying, "I'm so sorry you had to experience such hate speech in 2024 of the Me Too era. Hugs and prayers." This is all in good jest. They're just making fun of the user, Celeste the Elf, for intentionally spreading hate. If you enjoy Bao the Whale, the person who was involved in this controversy, you can support her by going to VExpo, who are extremely excited to announce that Bao will be attending as a headliner. That's the end of the video. Thank you for coming. This is Rex Nebula signing out.